everybody. I'm Stacey J.
And I'm Chuck Duran.
Welcome to another amazing episode of VO Buzz Weekly.
That's right. And guess what? We're back for part 2 with Randy Thomas.
Woohoo! Let's go.
I'm going to take you back to what we were talking about a little earlier, the announcing.
Okay.
Because to me, this is fascinating that people just, there's no, okay, let's try it again, right?
Right.
It's live. Is there anything that you do to prepare you for that moment to just be just on or?
Well, I would say I'm incredibly aware of everything I eat. I go into some sort of a training, I feel, 30 days before any live award show where I eliminate sugar, I eliminate dairy, and I eliminate orange juice, citrus, because all of those create mucus, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And so so sugar, as we already know, is the worst thing ever.
So you go on the Atkins diet before.
Well, no, because if you are put in a stressful situation like an Oscars or a Tony's, that stress along with sugar can definitely be your downfall.
Ooh.
So you want to stay healthy. And even during rehearsals, I'm aware of everything I'm eating. Green apples, as you have on your table, are awesome. So I would snack on green apples. I do a lot of water. I really try to avoid coffee. It's just about taking care of your voice.
So there is a formula to.
I think so. I'm sort of obsessed with being alkaline. Are you guys into that? Oh,
yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
She is definitely alkaline, and I'm, off and on.
You're a little acid.
He's alkaline adjacent sometimes.
Yeah.
No, but
Alkaline
no,
adjacent.
because I'm vegetarian, borderline vegan.
Oh, you are?
And,
Got it.
So, but yeah, the alkaline thing is huge.
So do you do apple cider vinegar? Do you do kombucha? Do you drink those sort of
I like
fermented sort of beverages that will...
Yeah, but I don't do coffee. I don't do alcohol. I don't do any of that stuff. So.
I have to do coffee.
Yeah, I don't drink.
Even my friend Martha Quinn, that's almost vegan, does coffee every day. That's just her weakness. You'll never get her to stop drinking.
I have so much energy that it would probably be a little too much.
Oh, I see.
Whoa. Yeah, so it's probably better. So with being so busy, how do you maintain balance between your career and your personal life?
Well, yoga, tennis.
There was a little laugh.
You know what? My girlfriend would call that a shadow laugh.
Yeah, there's a little shadow laugh there.
Well, it's always an evolving thing. But
balance is, we're always in search of balance. Yeah. And, traveling is stressful for me. I like being home. I like, wearing shorts and a T-shirt and standing in my booth. That makes me happy. Yeah. Once you're out and you've got to put makeup on and get dressed and you have to interface and deal with traffic and deal with life and trying to get sessions out while you're on the road. I got to get back. I got to do that session for New York. Life can be stressful. So I think exercise is the answer to everything. And yoga and tennis seem to fit my lifestyle and they work for me.
That's cool. I get a very balanced vibe from Randy. I really do.
Thank you.
You're kind of just, isn't she? She's really relaxed.
Well, it's so clear you are doing what you love. You are in the lane that you have been designed to be in, and you're comfortable in your skin. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, I think by the time you get to be my age, that's really, and don't ask how old I am, but it's really, that's the goal. I mean, we obsess about so many things, in our 20s and 30s. And I think once you hit 40, you really start to chill on what other people think and am I good enough? Doesn't mean it totally goes away. When I don't book a job that I was really excited about, it's depressing.
Yeah.
And then you've got to just deal with it and move on. Because really, if rejection is something you can't take, find another business. Don't get into voiceover.
Wow.
Yeah.
Real quickly, 3 things that you feel are responsible for why you are where you are today in your career and even in your balance.
Well, I would say radio was very kind to me, but the fact that I was fired from my last job was very much a pivotal moment for me.
Take notes. Getting fired.
I was fired from the Wave.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, I have been doing this my whole life. How will I survive if I'm not a DJ?
Yeah.
And, because after you do anything for a time, you identify yourself with it.
Absolutely.
So I thought, okay, I'm not going to be a DJ anymore. Now what do I do? luckily for me, my husband came out of the music business. He used to do independent record promotion, and he was also involved in management. He was part of Paula Abdul's original management team when she made her first hit on Virgin. So all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And radio started asking him, would Randy do imaging? So he's like, I can promote you to radio. That's something I do.
Yeah.
So the imaging and the radio work kind of replaced my DJ work. In other words, I was
Nice.
able to get like a dozen clients that were a monthly, and I was able to at least have that income I could depend on. And then from there, you know, you try to spread your wings and do bigger and more. And so, yeah, little by little. Obviously, the Oscars, that would be
That was a big deal.
a
Yeah.
big thing.
Huge milestone.
And now, Entertainment Tonight, I would say, changed my life. That's a first show that is so huge all over the world
huge.
Yeah.
that Linda Bell Blue took the chance to take the guy off of it and say, we want Randy to do our branding. And it'll be 9 years in September that I'm branding ET. So.
And I read recently, and you can tell me if this is true or false, that Entertainment Tonight just recently celebrated 700 weeks in a row in #1. Is that true?
It's probably 800 now.
By now,
I think
yeah, because that was a couple months.
No, that was probably
November, maybe?
beginning in, no, in the beginning of, I think it's a year now.
Okay.
I think we're over 800 weeks.
Wow.
And that's all because of you.
I'm sure you guys are Googling that now,
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, Google it. But
Could
yeah.
you Google it and tell us? I think it's over 800 weeks.
I mean, because that is the iconic entertainment show. I mean, there's all these other ones, but that one is like literally, that sets the bar.
How does
for
the
all
theme
of them.
song go?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's changed a little since
It
Will
has.
I Am
It's got
now.
a little, yeah, it's got a little groovy. But I mean, you are such a part and a presence of the tone and theme of that show. I mean, it's such a great.
Wow. Well, thank you. I love it. It feels like a natural extension of who I am.
Yeah.
I have a great deal of pride associated with that job, and I love everyone that's a part of the show. So it feels like home for me, whether I'm doing it from Florida or if I'm over on the CBS Radford lot working out of their VO booth.
Yeah.
It feels like home, and I love it. So
That's really cool,
that's been
Randy.
a huge blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that would be the three things: radio, Oscars, Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah. So getting fired from one division
right,
of
right.
radio
Yes.
that got you into doing radio imaging,
Correct.
which is way cooler, right? And then
Right.
the Oscars,
You don't have to move if you
and then
lose a
Entertainment
station.
Tonight.
But
I mean,
it's a great example of how you choose to frame things. Because
Absolutely.
doors closing for someone is this is it, it's over. But for you, it was okay. This is closed, but it doesn't mean that all those doors over there
Right.
yeah.
don't have possibilities.
Listen, and any time you have a job, whether you're a DJ or you've had a particular voice gig affiliated with a commercial or anything for a long period of time, you associate yourself with that. So then when it's cut from you, you're like, well, now what am I? And then I choose to say, look at the amazing possibilities.
Yeah.
It's what do you want to create for yourself? So I'm a big believer in vision boards.
Yeah.
And I always like to put dates out in front, words that inspire me, pictures of places I'd like to go. And so I do that. And I have vision boards that I look back at and I'm like, oh my God, I created that, I created that.
Yeah.
So you really have to think about it. Dream about it, think about it, and put right action toward that goal.
It makes you
And-
accountable when you put it either to
Yeah.
paper
Absolutely.
or, so it's, absolutely.
Yes, because you have to do the work. It's
Yeah.
not just I have a dream. You have to start taking those forward steps, and then the universe gets to deliver amazing things in a bigger way
Absolutely.
than you can ever wish for yourself.
Yeah.
So,
I truly believe in that.
Absolutely.
well, that's what brought us here today.
I know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so hopefully I've got big projects out in the front of my future that I've been working on, and it'll be a whole new level, different from what I've been doing. And so hopefully the next time I come here, maybe I'll be able to share some of that.
Love it. I am admiring your necklace.
Oh, thank you.
It's like taking me in.
This is a seed from a tree in India, and Amma, who is considered the hugging saint, she is this incredible embodiment of love. She is a living saint. She has hugged more people on the planet than anyone. And she makes her tour around the world going and seeing and speaking, and it's these incredible energetic gatherings of love. And there's an Amma shop where you can buy the japa malas, or this particular seed was a gift from my dear friend Debbie Ford, and it actually was in Amma's room for a week, and it was blessed.
Wow.
And she is actually up, hopefully we will be getting her a Nobel Peace Prize, because she literally, when she hugs you, it's the most loving embrace you've ever had in your life. I mean, it literally can bring tears. Wow. And humanity is in line to hug her. She sits in a chair for 18 hours, no pee break, no nothing. She just sits and gives everyone so much love in a hug. And you are told when you go to Amma to bring your deepest hopes and wishes in your heart, and that when you hug her, they go out into the universe. So works for me.
We need that in the world.
That is incredible.
That's
she's all about peace, and the money that she raises everywhere she goes, she's building hospitals in the poorest part of India. So it's a pretty amazing experience.
Have you been to India?
No, I have not. Have you?
No, not yet.
But maybe next week. You never know.
Live.
Live from India.
Right, we'll all go together and you'll do a live announcing.
What about, can you give us maybe any current projects or upcoming cool things that you might have in the works?
Well, on the voiceover level, I am always reinventing myself. So I'm actually in the process of creating new demos, because I'm sure you're like, Randy Thomas makes new demos, but you have to.
Yeah.
And if the buyers don't perceive you as having the read that is in this moment, which, so that's what I'm doing. So hopefully I'm going to shift things up a little and maybe do the kind of work that I haven't always been cast for. Obviously, I'm good at big and live, but now I want that, you know, sort of niche, hip promo thing.
Very, very, very cool.
Yeah, looking for network.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's one thing. Another is I have some ideas that I have been able to create and develop, and moving forward with a reality project.
Wow.
That should be really cool and interesting, and I hope to be able to tell you all about it.
That's so cool. And because we know her, that means we might even be in it.
That's right. Well, this is where we're going to break the news, okay?
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
It's a deal. That's exciting.
Wow, that is really, really cool.
It's exciting. But it's I love it because, you know, you're not just sitting back going, I mean, you're
Who
always,
does that?
You can't.
Well,
who wants to do that?
Who wants to do
well,
that?
But you know, because we get emails from viewers that say, "Oh, all these people that come on your show and they're so successful, they don't have to audition anymore. Things just get handed to them." And it's great when they hear from your mouth that that is not the case. You are always, if you want to stay on trend and
You've
in
heard
the
about the
business.
4 stages of your career.
Let's hear them.
Who's Randy Thomas? Get Randy Thomas. Get me a young Randy Thomas. Who's Randy Thomas?
There you go.
So you need to stay relevant.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I mean, because that's the reality of the business.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've always got to work at, you know, doing the work.
Yeah.
And I love what I do. So every time I get a piece of copy, still to this day, I'm like, how can I do it better? I want to make it better.
How do you stay in touch with what the trends are?
Well, I listen. I audition, I talk to certain executives, but I actually have a guy that I've been working with on the East Coast. I know you probably don't think I have a coach, but when I have a big audition and I need someone to give me some input, I turn to a guy named David Lyerly, and he is amazing. So I like to talk to him because he has his pulse on what the buyers want right now.
Right.
So he's a great person for me to say, what do you think they're looking for? Here's a take I just did, you know, and he'll give me real, honest input. So it's
Which
really
is
helpful.
needed sometimes.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
like I
absolutely.
said, in Fort Myers, I'm in a vacuum.
Yeah.
How do I know really what everyone else is going to sound like in context to mine?
Right.
And he has a better idea of what all of the auditions are going to sound like.
Yeah.
And he just kind of nudges me to get really right into that ballpark.
Exactly. Not to mention that what's cool in Florida, may not be cool in LA.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, you got to come to LA to get cool. But I don't care.
Which is why she's
I mean,
here.
you come, you know, fairly often, but do you ever see yourself coming back here? Or when you come here, is it like, this is great, but you're always ready to leave? Or do you like it?
I only don't like being here if my family's not with me, and they're
Yeah.
not. So it's been a really long 2 weeks. But if we were to come out here and spend a little time, I have a rising junior in high school, and I know my daughter would love to go to college in California. So she would actually like for me to reestablish residency in California so that when she graduates through this IB program, you get a free ride to the state college.
That's great.
So I'm thinking she might want that. But
Wow.
I would like to come back.
Yeah.
Little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
planting a foot here for, I'd like to be out of Florida during the summer. Let me just say
Oh
that.
my
It
goodness
is
gracious.
deadly. The humidity, the mosquitoes.
So if I can get away from Florida during hurricane season, summer, come to LA, you know, that's a nice life for
I
me.
know.
That is nice.
Absolutely.
That is
I'm with you there. My family's in Florida, man.
Yeah.
They're like, why don't you come visit us? Not in the summer.
Yeah.
You know, even the winters is bad.
I know.
out there.
You know, I do the SAG poker party
Yes.
with the Don LaFontaine Voiceover Lab. My friend Lisa Goff and I are heading up the silent auction end of things.
Yeah.
And so I was actually asked to chair another charity in Florida, and I'm like, when is it? They're like, August 24th. I'm like, are you kidding? First of all, it's the same date as the SAG thing.
Right.
Where do I want to be? Fort Myers or LA in
Yeah.
August? I'm going to go to LA.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But plus, that's where my heart is, in the
Yes.
Don LaFontaine Lab.
Oh, and the event
Exactly.
this last year was amazing. You guys did
I
an
know.
incredible job.
And it's going to be a fantastic event. And I really encourage anyone, if you want to come to LA, that is a great week to come to an event, support the lab,
Yeah.
and check out the lab while you're here, and come and support our event. And, you know, you can study with people. You could come, you could have Chuck do your demo that way.
Hello.
Hello.
I mean,
Your whole
it would
life will
work
change
for
after
everyone.
that.
Yes.
So
It's
I
true.
think that works for everyone.
that does.
Yeah.
Works for me.
So let's target that, August 24th, 2013.
There you
Okay.
go. And I think that that's definitely a must.
Yeah,
right?
it
Yeah.
is. And
You were there last year.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I
She came
couldn't
home,
believe.
you know.
I mean, and there was some high stakes.
Poker.
Woo!
I
couldn't-
know.
I was like, these people are in it to win it. I mean,
They
it
were in
was
it to win it.
It was
That's funny. Yeah, one of the editors from ET Insider won.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
he's a poker player.
Wow. I
yeah.
had a-
It's
Probably
not.
shouldn't say his name because you know his wife.
Yeah, we're not going to say his
like
name because
my
nobody knows that he
kid's
was there.
college degree.
Yeah. I'm working
Who
home
cares?
late,
No, I'm
honey.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Daddy needs a new baby. Yeah.
That's right.
No, but it was amazing. I mean, but you have to know how to play poker. I mean, this is not.
No, it's a serious poker
Yeah.
game. I wouldn't even insult anyone and sit down.
Yeah.
But I do rock paper scissors. You didn't show up in time for that.
I know. I was working.
So we have a rock paper
Yeah.
scissors tournament.
Yeah.
You know how to play, right?
You know, I used to play a little bit.
You did?
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I gotcha.
Ah.
I did get there in
There
time
is a
for the
psychologist.
to do
Just
the
for that,
Were they
we're ending the
seeing our
show right
hands?
now. See you later. Bye now.
Yeah. Were they able to see our hands in
Yes.
that to see how we
yeah,
played?
of course.
Yeah. It was.
But I
didn't
I
see.
did get there in time to do some of the disco dancing. Remember we all started
That
dancing?
was so
That was
fun.
so much fun.
To Motown music.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That was really fun. Yeah.
I think anytime you can end a party dancing, like at the end of
heck
the night,
yeah.
everyone had so much fun. We were
Yeah.
so
When
happy.
They were packing up and everyone's still dancing.
Yeah, we're
It was
still
cool.
dancing.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
I
Well,
like that.
Last year I couldn't go because I was on the road with Rock Sugar.
Yeah, you were
this
on
year,
tour, I was
I'm
working, yeah.
definitely going to be
Okay.
there.
Absolutely.
It's a promise.
So,
Absolutely.
What advice would you give somebody who's out there in the trenches, who's dying to break into promos and announcing? What advice could you give them to maybe help them?
Well, did you come from radio? Are you coming from a commercial part of the world? I mean, different basics and different training are required. But if who is watching this and looking for information is someone that's been doing it at a local or regional level, trying to get national, I would say just keep doing what you're doing. When you book a big gig is when you want to promote it. And that's when you want to reach out to an agent and have an, you know, most people, they're like, I'm going to make a demo and then I need to get it to the agents. It's like, no, you don't want to make a demo and get it to the agents. You want to see if you can start working first as non-union so that you can do as much work as possible that's not going to be under the union jurisdiction,
Right.
so that you can at least get enough experience to get great. With the online marketing companies today, I feel that there are big regional and national things that you can book through online marketing. When you book that, that's when you're going to, you know, move forward and try to get an agent. And I would say try to get an agent out of Chicago or Atlanta or Texas or Portland before you go for a New York, LA agent. You have to create your own career, and then the agents are going to want you.
Yeah.
And you know what? A little advice, a lot of people want to get signed by agents. I would say the goal is just to get an agent to look at you and maybe send you some copy. Because if they'll send you copy, if your read rocks, they're going to submit it. If you book, trust me, they're going to want to sign you.
Absolutely.
So really, you just want to kind of get into the space of an agent and not ask them to sign you.
Yeah.
Like, let me prove myself. I think I can book just like, and you should know who their biggest bookers are.
Right.
And you also want to know who you sound like and what range you're in, and you want to emulate that sound, I always say, until you can get noticed with your own sound.
Would you feel that a demo, you're trying to break into promos or announcing that a demo in that category is key?
Absolutely. You have to have a demo.
Okay.
And then you just start replacing that created demo
With
piece
real stuff.
with the real thing. And so, I mean, look at how long have you been working at getting to where you are with your...
With Voiceover, 5 years, almost 6.
I would say you have to give yourself 5 years. Sorry, I left my text on.
That's okay.
But
We
you
know
have
your daughter's talking to you right now.
5 years minimum. And if someone told me, you know, oh, if you have to give it 5 years, I might have been discouraged. But the reality is, sometimes it does take that long.
Yeah. It took
So-
a year to submitting and resubmitting to actually get an agent. I mean, it's very
Right.
competitive.
See, and that's the thing. When you live in LA, you feel that you have to have an agent or else you're not going to be able to survive when everyone else across the country is surviving and earning an income from
Right.
online marketing
Yeah.
Right.
companies.
Exactly.
But when you're ready to say, look, I want to do union and I need to be represented by an agent that is that that can get me that level of work, then I think at that point you're ready to say, I'm going to say no to the non-union and I'm only going to take the big jobs.
There you go.
Right.
But that's a big jump for a lot of people.
Paradigm shift.
It's
Yeah.
a paradigm
Wow.
shift.
Another paradigm
See?
shift.
One more time.
That's right, baby.
Did you get any advice at some point early on that really helped in your career?
You know what advice I got? You're never going to make it, and it's really competitive, and you probably shouldn't try.
Really? You got that?
Always, yes. That was the biggest advice I got. Like, really, let me save you money. Let me save you some pain. And so for me, that just made me even more determined. So sometimes I think that's, if that can like stop you from pursuing your dream, then they're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
But if that only motivates you and really ignites the fire, those sort of words, them's fighting words,
Yeah.
and you want to prove them wrong, then
Absolutely.
I would say that
Yeah.
is good advice.
So then good for you, right?
Yeah,
That you had
well,
that.
Listen, you have to have people around you that will say, I don't think that demo sounds good.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have people that will tell you the truth.
truth.
Whether they were telling me the truth or I guess when I started, I really was a radio DJ.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have that whole package that it takes a long
Yeah.
time to develop.
Yeah.
And the longer I've been away from radio, the better my reads have gotten. So there is something to that. You
Yeah.
got to get out of radio and then make another choice for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, some people coming from radio have a little bit of a hard time,
Yeah.
you know, letting go of that radio thing. But,
Right.
But
Right.
the aspects of being on your
Absolutely.
feet, getting stuff cold, and I mean, there's certain skills that are
Well, that's good.
amazing
I'm
about
motivated
that stuff.
right now. I want to go out there and do it. I want to become. I want to become you.
Oh, really? Well, he's almost
I'll be
there
the
with
first
the hair.
man to become Randy
Yeah,
Thomas.
you do have a nice resemblance going on.
Oh my goodness.
Please pick a number between 5 and 129.
Woo.
18.
18. Okay. If you had to choose the one animal or insect species that is the most beautiful, which would you pick?
Oh, wow.
That's kinda
Insect
perfect
or
for you.
Animal species.
An animal or an insect?
Well, I'm an animal lover. It's so hard to choose.
I know.
Can I show you what the most beautiful species is?
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
Malibu the Great Dane.
how old is
Malibu,
she?
she is 3.5 years old. So I have an actual human child, But, you know.
And you have a human child.
Yes.
Which you probably wish
The
behaved more
four-legged
like.
children are the best.
And just do what I tell her.
Right.
That would be so awesome.
She's texting while you're doing shows.
Okay, here. That is
Oh
adorable.
my
Let me
gosh,
see that.
look
Let me see
at
that.
her. She is beautiful.
Look at that.
So that is Malibu, the Great
That
Dane.
is a cute
Perfect.
Thank you,
little
Jory.
doggy. We love him.
And I have 3 cats, but I'm actually, this is something I've never told anyone. I have rescued 25 turtles in the 10 years I've been living in South Florida.
They have turtles in Florida?
They are
They have
crossing the
alligators.
road
Oh
all
my
the time,
gosh.
and it's awful and it's sad, and you know,
Wow.
there's cars flying
Yeah.
and these giant turtles, they have to cross from wherever they are across the street to go lay their eggs
Yeah.
and go back. And I carry a towel at all times because I will stop my car when they're in the middle of the road, carry them in the
Oh.
direction they were headed, and, you know, leave them there.
Wow.
Thank you for doing
You are
that.
just a wonderful, wonderful-hearted
We
person,
love
and
you.
I am so.
Yeah.
And Stacey, we're so happy
Thank
that
you.
came and you
And you
shared
made
some time with us,
for us
and
with your
everybody
visit.
out
Thank you
there.
so much.
Thank you so much, Randy.
Thank you.
Now,
Hang
you're gonna
on.
have to wash your hands. I know you're the germophobic and.
We wish you all the best. We're so
Okay,
excited
we
to
gotta
see
do
absolutely
what
tons
comes
of success.
comes next for you.
Randy Thomas
Rocks.
Hi, I'm Randy Thomas, and I was just on the VO Buzz Weekly. I swear, it doesn't hurt. I really was kind of afraid, but it was painless. And I hope you'll tune in.
Well, that was breakfast, lunch, and dinner for all you voiceover people out there that are interested in the announcing and promo end of VO Land, right?
Absolutely.
Randy is amazing. I'm sure
He
you got
is.
some great stuff.
Yeah.
I know I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Love
Okay.
her.
You know what I want to I want to mention to everybody that we have a blog, in case you didn't know. And if you're not actually checking out our blog at vobuzzweekly.com, you're missing out on a lot of stuff that you don't get to see on the show. So check it out. You'll really dig it.
Yeah. And make sure to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest too. You guys take care until next time, and just remember, you always have time for a little buzz.